It's a great pleasure for me and for Commissioner Hahn to welcome our good friend Zoran Beck to Brussels. It's almost 16 years, yes, to the day that the European Union confirmed the Western Balkan European perspective. There was a real sense of pride from everyone there in Greece on that day in 2003 that Europe was extending a hand of friendship and partnership to a region that had been through so much. I stand here today together with Commissioner Hahn, equally proud of the progress that North Macedonia has made, especially in the most recent of times. And I want to congratulate Prime Minister Zaev and all North Macedonia for the historical steps which have been taken and for the courage it needed to take these steps. The Prespa Agreement is an extraordinary political achievement, the likes of which many thought impossible. It sets a shining example of reconciliation for others in the region and beyond. And it shows what can be achieved with courage and clear perspective. Similarly, the friendship treaty with Bulgaria is another landmark moment in the Balkans. Both of these agreements are important steps towards the European Union and show a renewed and necessary culture of political compromise. I said clearly back in 2018 that no country will join the European Union unless it has solved all its bilateral disputes. North Macedonia has heeded the call, and others in the region must do the same. North Macedonia is an example for the others. This momentum is also clear in the way North Macedonia continue its impressive reform drive. The Commission's assessment published last week shows that North Macedonia has delivered necessary and significant reforms in the judiciary, intelligence services, and public administration. There has also been substantial progress in the fight against corruption and organized crime. This is an important issue. The fight against corruption is of paramount importance. These efforts are first and foremost for the citizens of North Macedonia to build a society based on fairness and the respect of the rule of law. There is no room for complacency here, and the road to reform is a long one. As I have always said, any decision on opening accession negotiations is a fully objective one, based on tangible results in the necessary areas. In our view, based on an objective assessment of the facts, the Republic of North Macedonia is ready for the next step. This is why we have proposed to the Council to open accession talks. We were in all our meetings, those we had, those you had, requesting the fulfillment of a certain number of prerequisites of conditions. North Macedonia has delivered, and now it's up to the European Union to do exactly the same. I know that some member states have some concerns. I will do everything possible in order to convince them to follow this historical movement, and I will defend North Macedonia whenever it is needed. So, we are swimming in the same direction. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President. Почитувам председателя на Европската комисия. Чест е денеска да сме гости ке председателот на Европската комисија Жан-Клод Јункер по објавувањето на извештајот на Европската комисија по завршување на изборите за Европскиот парламент, а во пресред на одлуките кои ќе се носат во неделите и месеците пред нас. Минатата недела го добивме најпозитивниот извештај досега откако сме држава кандидат за членство со чиста препорака на Европската комисија за почеток на преговорите за членство. Опишувајќи го напредокот на Северна Македонија, комесарот Хан го употреби изразот блескав пример за државите од регионот, но и за моќта за привлекување на Европската Унија. Денеска, на средбата со председателот Јункер и комесарот Хан, дознавме дека Европската комисија во известувањето за изминатиот 5-годишен мандат ја смести Северна Македонија и нејзиниот успех на листата на 20 најголеми достигнувања на Европската Унија во овој период. Тоа е за нас огромно признание и уште поголем поттик. Пред една година Европскиот совет заклучи дека очекува отварање пристапни преговори во јуни 2019 година. Тоа беше признание за нашите храбри чекори и за остварените реформи, но и силна мотивација за нас, за граѓаните, за нашата земја. Добивме и прецизна домашна задача и ни беше речено: испорачајте и ние ќе испорачаме. Од тогаш, изминатите 12 месеци, ги завршивме реформите во целост. Темелно ги имплементиравме договорот од Преспа и договорот со Бугарија и сме пример за соработка и пријателство во регионот. Секој ден покажуваме политичка зрелост и европски манири. Времето поминато во чекалната не беше залудно. Го искористивме за да се подготвиме за преговорите за пристапување. Нашите задачи ги исполнивме од прва до последна и целосно сме подготвени за почеток на преговорите. Сега на потек се државите членки и институциите на Европската Унија. На потек е Европа да покаже дека стои на зборот. Тој потек треба да биде јасен и исклучиво врз основа на нашите заслуги, а во интерес на развојот на Унијата и во интерес на перспективите на целиот наш регион. Ние имаме целосно разбирање за сите предизвици и отворени прашања со кои се соочува Европската Унија и нејзините држави членки токму во овој период. Но, во исто време сме свесни дека моќта на привлекувањето на Европската Унија како модел е токму во капацитетот за паралелното решавање на предизвиците на повеќе полиња. Европа е силна и уникатна, бидејќи секогаш знаела да води и внатрешни реформи и политика на проширување. Во исто време, отварањето на преговорите за нашето пристапување во Европската Унија е единствената гаранција за одржување на домашната стабилност и за одржување на реформскиот импулс во Северна Македонија, со позитивни ефекти за целиот регион на Западен Балкан. На крајот, би сакал да му се заблагодарам на председателот Јункер, на комесарот Хан, за нивниот личен ангажман и големата поддршка за Северна Македонија во текот на неговиот досегашен мандат како председател на Европската комисија и како шеф на Комисијата за проширување и пријателство од страна на комесарот Хан. Секако, овие двајца луѓе се докажани пријатели и поддржувачи на нашата држава и јас и нашиот народ сме вечно благодарни.
Honestly, we were at your disposal trying to serve the interests of your citizens because it's about their future, their opportunities and possibilities. And I simply want to add two elements. First, already today one could see the impact of everything which has been achieved in the economy. If you look at investments, reduction of unemployment, everything else, I think the investment has tripled or at least doubled to the best year ever. And this is another proof for the attractiveness of the European perspective and should serve as a very strong argument for those within the European Union which have one or the other, so to say, concerns. It's about stability of Europe, which can be created by this European perspective, and therefore, second, so to say, thought, the agreement has a huge impact on the whole region, can have a huge impact, because if a country and a leadership which has delivered everything which was asked and it is not adequately awarded, this is not the right stimulus, the right motivation. If it's the other way around, it will trigger, it will push, for instance, also the negotiations between Belgrade and Pristina. And again,
Okay, we have time for a couple of questions. Yes, please, from the mic.
Yes, thank you. Tanya Milevska from MIA, the news agency of North Macedonia. I have a question for the President and the Commissioner first. So you said you would do everything for North Macedonia to get a negotiations date. The General Affairs Council is coming up on the 18th, and according to many sources, we might not get this negotiations date in June nor in July. How are you going to help convince the member states? What are you going to do to help convince the member states? And secondly, it seems that North Macedonia is becoming a victim of Albania, which is not entirely ready to start negotiations if we judge by the Commission's reports, of course. So are you going to help decouple North Macedonia and Albania? Is this a message that you could send, both of you, to the member states? And I have a question for the Prime Minister. Премиера, прашањето не е поврзано за европските интеграции. Мислам се разбира ако имате коментар за ова.
Et je voudrais également poser une question en ce qui concerne le Premier ministre.
И говорот на омраза кој што се ширеше на социјалните мрежи и општо во државата, дали конечно владата ќе преземе конкретни мерки за спречување?
Est-ce qu'on peut entreprendre des mesures pour empêcher le discours de haine?
The Commission has made its proposal. It's now to the Council of Ministers to take a decision on the opening of negotiations. The Romanian presidency has put this issue on the agenda of the General Affairs Council in June for a first debate, I would say. The intention of the Commission is to do everything to have a definite decision being taken in summertime. As far as Albania is concerned, I'm here with Zoran and not with the Albanian Prime Minister.
Yeah. Okay.
There is nothing to add, with the exception to be. The President is always saying the best things in the best possible way. Only a clarification: we have given to both countries an unconditional recommendation. Of course, we have made different comments, but for both countries, we have given an unconditional recommendation to start negotiations.
Zoran.
Благодарам на прашањето. Значи нашата над...
Notre espoir c'est que l'Union européenne fasse son devoir, comme nous avons fait notre devoir. Je pense que les pays membres en se...
Повеќе 70%, 90%, сега заслужуваме 100%. И аз верувам дека во текот на летото ќе одобиеме датумот одлуката за датум за...
Nous allons avoir la date de négociation, donc car nous avons fait notre devoir à 100%, car il n'y a pas une autre force de motivation telle que l'Union
и врз Република Северна Македонија. За делот на радикалните националистички пораки кои се појавија на плоштадот во Скопје, јас само ќе кажам дека знам дека се работи за поединци, исклучителни случаи. Денеска имав прилика пред да дојдам овде кај председателот на Европската комисија Јункер, да го примам клубот на Вардар, таму беа сите ракометари, таму беа сите тренери, тие се срекни, тие ветија дека ќе одадат правото да сите се радуваат за европскиот шампионат и за европската титула, шампиони кои што Вардар ја донесе во Република Северна Македонија, и на крајот на денот ние освоивме шампионска титула во Европа, не во некој варварски регион. Ако е тоа така во Европа, тогаш треба да се однесуваме сите европејски затоа што тоа е обврска и на граѓаните. Ние сме пример за европски манир, за европски однос и така ќе продолжиме.
I didn't get the translation, but I agree.
Maria.
Hello, Maria Pshara, Open TV Greece. A question both for Mr. President and Mr. Prime Minister. Ahead of the national election in Greece, I was wondering if you will be concerned about if the new government would put in doubt the PRESPA agreement, and for you, Prime Minister, even the European perspective of your country. If you are concerned for the new government. Thank you.
The arrangement which has been found, the treaty which has been concluded between two countries, not between two governments. The governments were the instruments of what had to be done, and I don't think that this can be put into question after the next Greek elections. A treaty is a treaty.
Prime Minister.
I completely agree with the President Juncker. I'm real proof of that. My colleague Alexis Tsipras is real proof of that. The agreements were done between the countries, adopted by the parliaments of both countries, and the agreement brings benefits for the citizens of both countries. Every politician will support agreements who brings benefits for both countries, and we politicians come and go. Normally that will happen in North Macedonia, will happen sometime in Greece. Citizens decide for that. We are here to serve. We are very pleased that we have honor to get this agreement, and I know whenever politicians come in North Macedonia or in Greece, they will support only agreement because bring only benefits for both countries and for both citizens.
Okay, final question.
Moi, j'ai fait mes études de droit en France. Et en France,
I studied in France, and in France we say that continuity in public service is an important principle.
Apologize because I have a question concerning your meeting with Mr. Zelensky.
with Mr.
Zelensky.
yeah.
Speak louder.
I just would like to ask you, what have you discussed with Mr. Zelensky? Have you touched such issues like Crimea and Minsk agreements? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, this, Catherine, okay, if it's a quick one, yes, please.
Catherine Fior, EU reporter. President, one of the issues that's become a very grave issue for the EU over the last few years is the rule of law and how it's applied to countries who are members of the EU. Do you think one of the reasons why some countries are reluctant to engage with new members is because of their concern about how countries apply the rule of law? And I have a question for Prime Minister Zaev, President Zaev. You've obviously made great strides in the rule of law, fundamental rights, these fundamental EU values, but what can you do to embed those further within your society, not just through laws, but in the culture?
First question, the answer is no. I do think that the applicant countries, like our friends from North Macedonia, cannot become the victims of the way some of our member states are respecting or not respecting the rule of law.
Thank you. One of our success during all these reforms are really ruling of law. We adopted all legislation and we have practical results. Of course, we must continue to work in this direction because, first of all, it's good for our citizens, our obligation for our citizens. Yes, parallelly, it's a criteria for our future integration in the European Union. I mentioned sometimes we candidate countries probably believe more in European values than some member countries. I hope that we can add it and help also to Europe like candidate country. We don't intend to be immediately member country. We have chance to start negotiation and to participate in positive way in Europe. Through PRESPA agreement, through Bulgarian agreement, we encourage the future of Europe through European manners normally. Also, all these things, what's happened in our country, mean responsibility for our citizens. As you know, we want to stop migration for young people to not migrate in Western Europe. We want to keep them there. So all conditions need to be improved in the future more and more and more. And we will continuing to work. If Europe will continuing to encourage us, giving us chance, fair chance, what we deserve, we will have even more courage in a quicker way to give more success for our citizens, for the region, and also for European Union.
This concludes our press conference. Thank you all.
I will leave you alone, sadly alone, desperately alone, because now I have a meeting with the son-in-law of my good friend Donald Trump to discuss Middle East.